Today we're going to be doing a double-headed tour, which is one of the many championship modes on F1 2017. So, haven't actually done a commentary in quite a long time, and I've got a new mic, so hopefully I sound a bit clearer. Here we are now for one-shot qualifying in China. So yeah, we're going to go on Super Softs, and China's normally been one of my favourite tracks on F1 games, so hopefully we can get quite a good start. So in case you don't have the game or don't know what the double-headed tour is, you have the first race, which is 25%, so it will vary between about 11 and 18 laps, and yeah, you do a one-shot qualifying to determine the grid order. Pole position gets 1 point, and then of course the points are normal F1 point scoring systems for the positions at the end of the race. And then after the race there's a reverse grid for the second race, and it's only 5 laps, so it's a sprint race and the whole grid is reversed, so that should be quite an interesting race, because of course we're going to have all the fastest drivers at the back and the slower ones at the front, so it should be a very close fought battle. But yeah, about the lap, it was quite a shabby lap, 4th place. Yeah, quite a bit off the top 3, which was a bit disappointing, but I think we made a few mistakes there, otherwise we would have been bang on the money. But yeah, just having a quick breeze over the grid order before we head into the race. So the race is going to be an easy one stop, as with all 25% races and most 50% races. Anyway, 5 lights and away we go. So it's quite a good start. We're going to actually park in the middle so we don't get overtaken by Ricciardo. We actually have to go defensive on him. We're going to try to nip up the inside of Hamilton, but we actually tag the back of him. That slows us down. We're going to try to go around the outside, actually get on the curbing. That allows Ricciardo through. So now we're down to 5th place. We've lost the position off the start, but we're going to quickly get it back. I mean, you can see we've lost a bit of touch to the leaders, so it's going to be hard to get a podium. But you can see now Bottas is actually in the lead by quite a bit. He sets the fastest lap, of course, gets lap 1. You can see, meanwhile, Hamilton's pressuring Vettel from behind. So, yeah, the Mercedes definitely look quite strong around this track. Of course, Vettel's struggling to keep up with Bottas. But if we skip on to maybe lap 4, up ahead, yeah, you can see they've actually closed down Bottas a bit. And yeah, we're in a bit of no man's land. But you can see up ahead, actually, Vettel has taken the lead of Bottas. So, yeah, I was probably proven wrong. You see, actually, Hamilton are going to overtake Bottas around the outside as well. So Bottas from 1st to 3rd. That's quite a shocking section for him. And you can see there's a virtual safety car comes out on lap 5. But yeah, Verline's out the race. But what actually happened was, yeah, Bottas didn't have the pace, much like in real life, and he was quickly overtaken. And you can see Hamilton peeled off to the pits. But yeah, he was overtaken by Vettel. That squeezed him out wide, and that allowed Hamilton through as well. So meanwhile, you can see we're actually closing in on Bottas, who's actually dropped a lot of the leader, who's currently Sebastian Vettel. Into Hamilton's doing an undercut, so it'll be interesting to see where he comes out. But yeah, we're sort of fighting with Bottas for the podium, I think. I don't think we have the pace to really match Vettel or Hamilton, but you can see us and Bottas are going to peel into the pit, so this is a really good chance for us to jump Mercedes. Of course, they're first in the pit box, so it's going to be quite hard, but it's easily possible. But here we are, trying to get a good split stop. Initially we held, and we just come out in front of Ricciardo, but we've lost quite a bit of time to Bottas. We were definitely about 2 seconds ahead of Ricciardo, but now we're less than a second ahead. So yeah, not the most successful pit stop, but you can see we've actually managed to drop Ricciardo, and actually we seem to have quite good pace on these soft tyres. So we're already reeling in the gap to Bottas. But you can see up ahead, there's Hamilton battling with 2 other cars. I think it's Stroll and Hulkenberg, but you can see Stroll and Hulkenberg going side by side. They're going to go side by side into the pits, and Hamilton's just going to hang back, just to make sure he doesn't get in trouble or tangled up. You can see Vettel's got quite a big lead, and we go purple through sector 3. Almost actually getting on the grass there, running a bit wide. Here we are now, we're going to go up the inside. We actually, Bottas locked up. We're going to do a cutback on him, and we're going to go side by side, but Bottas defends quite resiliently. And as we head on to lap 10, we're right behind him. And you can see if we can put him under pressure. We're going to try to dummy up the inside, throw up the inside, and actually Bottas gives in quite easily, so that's us up into 3rd. But of course, the Mercedes straight line speed is going to keep him with us, and sure enough, as soon as he gets DRS and slipstream, he's sticking to us like glue. So we head on to lap 11. You can see now we're managing to fend him off for now, but it's only a matter of time, I think, before Bottas really comes, well, tries to overtake us on the straight. So here we are now on lap 12, still defending for Bottas, but you can see Hamilton well off into the distance, and Vettel as well looks like he's going to win this race. But meanwhile, trying to fend from Bottas, but we actually quite a close scale with the edge of the track. Of course, if you get on the grass in this game, you instantly spin. So I nearly spun out there. But here we are now on lap 12, still trying to defend, just making sure we park our car in sensible places so we can't get past. And right now it seems to be working well. We're keeping him back, and it should be a podium. But as we head on to lap 13, Bottas is still quite close. We're not going to get the best run off the corner. Here comes Bottas. We're going to go into Rich Mix to try to defend for him, but he's right there. And surely the Mercedes straight line speed is going to be pressuring us. We're going to have to go defensive, going to Lean Mix. But we managed actually to defend the position. Of course, leaving him space on the outside, but he didn't really get that much traction. Of course, Ferrari having a lot of traction on this game compared to the Mercedes straight line speed. But meanwhile, we're trying to defend from Bottas. We go wide again. That's going to allow Bottas to make a peak. We're going to try to defend it off. We go a bit deep. There goes Bottas up the inside. We're going to be side by side. We gave him a bit of room and he's gone for it. We're going to try to defend up the inside, and we managed to defend third place. So yeah, it was quite a nice it's quite a nice move from Bottas. I mean, he saw the space and he snuffed it out. But of course, this is the last lap, so just trying to defend our position right now. We managed to do it successfully in sector 1, but as we head on to sector 3, you can see Verstappen's out of the race, so he was in a really good position. So that's very unfortunate. I mean, well, we've got bigger fish to fry because we've got Bottas right behind us. We're going to go defensive one last time, but this time Bottas could not get us, and it should be third place as Sebastian Vettel wins the race. You see Ricciardo just behind us, but we're going to cross the line, and it's going to be a good podium position for the first race, and that's going to start us 18th for the reverse grid race. So as we load for the
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari, on the top step once more.
So yeah, Vettel getting top spot there, so he's going to have quite a big advantage in the championship. But of course, Bottas got the pole, so he can get the extra point, but he dropped back in the race to 4th place. So you can see the revised finishing positions. You can see behind us was the Red Bull and the 2 Force Indias, but you can see there's 2 DNFs in the race, Verstappen and Wehrlein. So in the championship standings, well, it's just the same as the results really. Apart from, of course, Bottas gets an extra point. Yeah, we're well ahead in the constructors, and you can see Red Bull actually below Force India as a result of Max's retirement. So here we are now for the reverse grid race. We're starting in 18th. You can see in front of us we've got Ricciardo, Bottas and Perez, but we get quite a bad start. That allows Hamilton to get us. We actually go on the grass and that allows Vettel to get us, but again we're just going to try to hold up the inside of a few cars. We're actually up into 17th as a result, but we get tagged by Ricciardo, who's had a terrible start, and he somehow manages to get the position of us, which is a bit cheeky of him, but we're going to throw up the inside. We actually somehow get an illegal overtake, so we must have done it under yellow flags, but actually let Hamilton pass as well, so we're back down to last place. So it's not been a good start at all. And of course I forgot to add, Vettel had a blitz start. He dive bombed quite a few cars. And while we're trying to go around the outside of Hamilton, you can see Vettel well up in the distance. He's already up into about 12th place or something from 20th, so he's had a really good start. Meanwhile, we're trying to get Hamilton. We're going to dart up the inside like we did with Bottas, but again we're stuck behind Ricciardo. We're going to try to feed it around his outside, but there's not enough space. But here comes Hamilton now. Of course, and get the best one, but again we're going to throw up the inside of a few cars like Vettel did on lap 1, and that's us up into 15th. But here comes Perez. He's going to try to defend quite resiliently. He actually blocks us off, so not able to get him, and it's actually not until the straight where we get him. So as we go down the long straight at the end of lap 2, we're going to throw up the inside of both Toro Rossos. You can see Bottas up ahead in 12th place. So of the big 4 we are currently in 3rd, but of course only the top 8 get points in the reverse grid order, because there's less points awarded, of course, because otherwise what's the point of doing well in the feature race. But meanwhile we're trying to go around the outside of Kvyat, and he manages to defend unlike Bottas did last race. We're going to throw up the inside. Talking about Bottas, we're up the inside of him, but he defends. So yeah, just trying to make our way through the field. Of course we're a bit more aggressive than the AI, so that's going to suit us in this race. But of course the AI better than us in the feature race, as we saw last race. Can only match a podium, but meanwhile we're going to dive up the inside of Magnussen, and that's hopefully us up into 12th. But he's going to actually come back quite aggressively, but we're going to go around the outside. That's us up into 12th. You can see Bottas has already got past Alonso, so the McLaren straight line speed is pretty appalling. But you can see he's stuck behind will be Massa and I think Vettel and Wehrlein. You can see Vettel's quite a few positions ahead. He's already in like 8th place or something, so hopefully we can try to catch up to him. We're actually going to throw it the inside again, but this time we're actually going to get Bottas, and that's us up into 10th. So it's not quite points, because of course we need 8th, but we're going to overtake Massa, and we're one step closer to getting points. You can see Vettel is only in 7th, so we're actually caught up to Vettel, considering he had a really good start. But here we are now, trying to go around the outside of Ericsson. He's actually going to defend, but in the end he doesn't quite have the downforce, and we're going to get a good run on him, and that's us up into 8th place. So we're in the points now, but you can see behind Bottas is going to try to make a move, and he's actually got both of them. Cars we just overtaken, but now you see Vettel is blitzing through the field. He's already up into I think 5th, so in the time which we were right behind him, you see he's overtaken Wehrlein and Stroll, so it's literally a race through the field between me, Vettel and Bottas. And speaking of Bottas, he's right behind us now, so us three have really sliced our way through the field from the back of the grid. Meanwhile, you can see I think Wehrlein locked up, that put off Stroll, and moved out his inside, going to go round his outside. That's a car between us and Bottas, but again we got Wehrlein between us and Sebastian Vettel, as we I hadn't even realised we're on the final lap. So this is a do or die move for 6th place. You can see Vettel up ahead. He's already caught up to what will be Van Dorn. Meanwhile, we're going to go and we're going to get the we've got the legs on Wehrlein. Meanwhile, we look behind us. I think Bottas has got Stroll. But up ahead, Vettel is going to go side by side with Van Dorn. I think Vettel's got him. They're going to be side by side, but again Van Dorn defends, but Vettel goes around the outside. There's Vettel. He gets into 4th place from last on the grid, and we're going to get 6th. Even so, well, we got 5th. So yeah, that's because Vettel actually got a 3-second time penalty, so I don't know what that's for, but I mean that Bottas and I will be 5th and 6th, so the three of us not separated by much, considering we all started at the back of the grid. But Verstappen takes a really easy win after getting his DNF, of course, so that's sort of redemption. He would have got about 5th anyway, so he's sort of got the points he would have got before, so yeah, he hasn't really been a bad weekend. And you can see he's actually level with his teammate, which is quite ironic, so considering that he had a really bad feature race, he's level with his teammates. We actually overtake Hamilton, who had quite a shocking race. We can see Vettel up in the lead. He's had quite a really good start, even that penalty. So Vettel's looking sort of in control. Well, if you have a look, we are still ahead in the constructors, and we're going to advance to what will be Mexico, which will be round 2. So we're going to do 2 races in this video, and then the last 2 races, because it's a 4-race season in the next 2. So heading into this, I mean, of course, we had quite a good sprint race. We were actually the best of the top 4 after Vettel got his penalty. But I mean, in this one, hopefully, if we get a good start in the sprint race, we can easily do that again. But I mean, the feature race is going to be quite hard. I mean, we don't really have to pace around this track. I don't really like this track personally. You can see we're actually in 3rd place, but we had quite a bad sort of section, and now we're down to 6th. So as we run wide, so we're probably going to have to settle for 6th, which is even worse than the 4th we got in China. But hopefully we can make, hopefully we can make some progress up the field. We should be able to get the Red Bulls in a straight line quite easily. But if you have a look at the result, both Red Bulls actually got Hamilton as well. So you can see Vettel's on pole, so he's going to get the extra point. Bottas again qualifying well in 2nd, but Hamilton another dismal qualifying along with us. He's straight ahead of us again. Right, down away we go. He actually get the jump on Hamilton, so quite a bad start for Hamilton. He's down to what will be 7th as we head into turn 1. And we actually manages to get us back because we have to brake because Verstappen manages to get into 2nd. Meanwhile, we're a bit of a scrap. We're actually down to what will be 8th. And you can see as we trip onto the end of the straight, you can see Hamilton's made up all the way back up to 4th. So it's been quite a topsy-turvy start, but we managed to get Perez. We're up into 7th. And we got Ricciardo right in front of us. But yeah, Verstappen up into 2nd. So a really good start from him. Ricciardo is now falling through the field as we overtake him in quite an awkward spot. That's actually going to allow Perez to get past him. Meanwhile, you can see as we head on to lap 3, Bottas sets the fastest lap. And we got DRS on, well, yeah, not yet, but we got slipstream on Ocon. We're going to throw out the inside. He's actually going to leave us the room. We're going to go around the outside. You can see Vettel's in front of us. So Hamilton, from being about 7th, he's already up into what will be podium spots, and he's probably pressuring. You can see as he sets the fastest lap, he's already got past Verstappen. And you can see up ahead, Vettel pressuring Verstappen. As you can see, as we skip on to lap 5, yeah, Vettel overtakes Verstappen. I mean, the Red Bull's not really a match in a straight line, but Verstappen, really good start, and he's still outperforming. He's still in 4th, which is outperforming what the Red Bull should be. So, yeah, like in the real life Grand Prix, he's actually doing really well around here. We're going to pit early so we can try to get him in an undercut, because right now we just don't seem to have the pace to catch him. But yeah, Hamilton up into 2nd, so he's had a really good race so far. After having a really terrible start, but meanwhile our undercut prospects are not looking that good because we have to get past these lap traffic, well, not traffic, lap traffic, but these guys haven't actually made a pit stop yet, and of course Ericsson actually holding us up quite awkwardly. We're going to go round the outside, of course squeezing him into the curb there because he didn't really give us any favours by sort of holding us up. But now we got Van Dorn up ahead. There's a few more people pitting into the pits. Will we come out ahead of Verstappen? Well, we don't know because we can't actually see him. We can see we come out ahead of Ocon, so we gained a bit of time on Ocon, but we actually stuck behind what will be Van Dorn and Stroll. So if he is still out, he's probably going to be gaining time because we actually lost quite a lot of time stuck behind these two. Meanwhile, we're going to try to get Stroll, of course. He's just about to pit with it, but we're still going to throw it on the inside. A tiny little corner cut, but the game thinks it was alright. You can see Verstappen now up ahead, and he's 6.7 seconds ahead, so he's gained about 3 seconds on an overcut. So yeah, our prospects of getting fourth are pretty much ruined as we head on to the last lap. Nothing much really happened, but you can see Grosjean had a magnificent puncher. His whole back wheel was shredding, but as a result it's held us up a bit, and you can see Ocon and Ricciardo right behind us. So yeah, we really didn't have to pace this race, so we're going to have to hope in the sprint race we can get some points back, because right now our championship prospects are not looking that good. So as we look at the results, Hamilton and Vettel once again overtake Bottas, who's once again had a really bad start, a really bad race after taking the lead, but Hamilton gets the win after being 8th at one point, and as a result it's definitely Hamilton versus Vettel right now in the title fight, and Mercedes are right behind Ferrari, so it's looking really quite close in the constructors and title fight, but unfortunately we're not in it right now. But if we can have a good sprint race coming up, hopefully we can gain some points back. We are now lights out and away we go, and we can see actually get jumped by Verstappen, who's had quite a good start, but we're going to pull to the inside. We actually have to brake this time. You can actually see the other big four are all trying to swamp us, but meanwhile you see Bottas has got quite a good start. Meanwhile we're actually having quite a topsy-turvy start. We're side by side with Vettel. We're going to try to get up the inside of Verstappen. You can see Bottas has already got about 6 positions. He's already up into what will be about 12, so like Vettel did last time, he's had a really good start. Meanwhile we're going to try to get Ocon. We're going to dive up the inside. We're going to almost collide. We actually get signs as well. We thought he would have collided if he hadn't locked up, so that's a bit lucky on our part, but we got 4 positions in one, and as a result we're up into 13th. You can see Bottas right ahead, so it's important we try to get past him as soon as possible. But meanwhile you can see he's going to overtake what will be Kvyat, and we're going to try to follow him through because Kvyat gets quite a bad line. We're going to go side by side with him, try quite an opportunistic move. We're going to get him on the straight. He manages to put up quite a big defence, and that's going to hold us up a bit. But meanwhile we get a slight corner cut. Meanwhile we're going to try to overtake Bottas around the outside of 3 cars, Massa, Ericsson and Bottas, and that's how you overtake. That was quite a really nice move, and of course Ericsson dropped up again, so that helped us out quite a bit. But we go purple, and now we're going purple again as we go up the inside of Perez. We're going to go up the inside of Van Dorn. We're absolutely flying through the field. This is exactly what I need to keep my championship focus alive. So here we are now onto the back wall. Verline, who's doing quite well to keep his car in 6th. Of course he would have started near the front, but still to keep it in a good position is good. But we get a slight collision with him, but we're around the outside, and that's us up into 6th place. So as we head on to the last lap, we've got 2 cars up ahead. I think a podium is slightly out of the question, but as we go purple, we can definitely get what will be 4th place. But we're right behind Magnussen now. You can see Perez has overtaken Verline. I think Bottas is up into 8th as well. But we're going to go up the inside of Magnussen. He defends quite valiantly, and as a result, we're probably not going to be able to get Stroll, but it's going to be close as we go to the line, and it will be, yeah, Stroll will keep his position. So we're going to get what will be 5th place, which is quite a good result. And it's the second time we come 5th place in the sprint race. So yeah, I mean it's quite a good result, and that's going to gain us 4 points on everyone else. And of course Bottas gets a point for coming 8th. So the 2 championship protagonists right now, they didn't get any points in this race, but they still should have quite a big lead. We can see the results, and as we look at the bottom half, Vettel and Hamilton stuck in 15th and 16th. Alonso right at the back. Of course he had a good result in the feature race, actually getting points, but of course as a result he had quite a bad result in the sprint race. As we have a look at the results now, you can see Vettel's still ahead of Hamilton, and we're closing up on them, but I mean, yeah, we don't really look like we're in the fight right now, but hopefully as we head on to what will be Italy for the next race, we can have a good result. Anyway, see you then.